Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be patient with your progress. Well, I'm going to talk about why it is absolutely essential that you practice infinite patience with yourself when you're first starting and as you continue to implement the things that I teach in my book and also in my articles and my videos. Because you got to give yourself permission to fail. The bottom line is most women that you like and who you find attractive, they're not going to feel the same way. And for a lot of guys who, especially like this guy that I got an email, this is the second time he's written me, he meets girls on the internet and he's very socially awkward. And so he has a hard time meeting women and interacting with them. And then the ones he does, he just acts like a little weak bitch basically. He's always constantly seeking their approval. Hey, do you think I'm attractive? Do you think I'm a good-looking guy? And he'll say, yeah, sure, but I don't think of you in that way. I only think of you as a friend. And so what he's doing is that he's finding reasons to, because a lot of people, the people that are unsuccessful in life, who don't have the things that they want in their life, they just have the excuses of why they don't have what they want, and they just tend to complain. Those people psych themselves out. It's like if they look at the mountain and they go, oh, wow, that's just too fucking big. I can't climb that. Oh, that'd be just too hard. Oh, that would take too long. And this particular guy, he's, from what you're going to see here in a second in his email, he's still interacting with women that he has no chance with, that tell him they just want to be friends. And yet he's already set a second time to get together with this girl and hang out and spend money, and he feels like he's going around in circles. And it's been about 2 weeks since I think he wrote the first time, and he still hasn't read my book yet. And I gave him great advice, told him what to do, and instead of reading my book and taking some action, he's got some excuses, and he's just basically bullshitting himself into doing nothing. And this is what unsuccessful people do. They look for excuses, they look for reasons, because like, you know, in this particular case, he meets women in the chat room all the time. So the thought of actually talking and interacting with strange women in public scares him. And so he's trying to avoid it. And so by not reading my book, it's like he associates more pain with learning what he needs to know. And so nothing changes. And then so 2 weeks go by, and he's like, he feels frustrated, like he's going around in circles. And he doesn't even realize he's doing this to himself. He's not doing anything to help himself. And what I say all the time is that you got to participate in your own rescue. Repetition's the mother of skill. And so if you're not practicing what I'm teaching with other women, then there's no way that you can see and feel and experience in your own life the things that I talk about in my book and that other guys are experiencing. You know, again, repetition's the mother of skill. So he says, hi, Corey. I would like to thank you for taking the time to make a video response to my first email. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. In the video, you talk about me purchasing your book, which I will. It's only 99 cents for a digital download. And you can read it for free on my website if you're a total broke as a joke or just a fucking cheap ass. But the bottom line is all the information is there. And nobody that's watching this can make the excuse, oh, I don't have the money. Well, it's all there. Other guys are out charging tens of thousands of dollars for the information I give away for nothing. And the reason I give away my stuff is because I believe my information is better than anybody else's. And so why my business is so successful is guys come and they'll try my stuff out for several months. They'll read my book. They'll apply it in their life. And I go, Jesus Christ, if this stuff is this good that Corey's giving away for free, just imagine what it's like when I actually talk to him and I'm paying him to help me. So he says, here's where my ambition comes in. Let me go back up a little bit. He says, being a man about it, growing a pair of balls is what you mentioned. Yes, Corey, so you're talking about changing my attitude with females, right? And I'd say like what Dr. Wayne Dyer says. He says when you change the way you look at things, the things that you actually look at change because you have a different perspective in life. You just simply focus on other things. Here is where my ambition comes in. I have planned to start a short photography course in my local college. And he says, I don't know how you would take this, I say, but interacting with the opposite sex, I very rarely interact with them in person. I usually stick to chat rooms and keep to the internet. Is this my problem? And I would say this is a way that you avoid interaction with people you don't know because it's easy to interact electronically. There's no real risk of rejection. And you want to get to the point where you improve your social skills so you can meet women online and you can meet them wherever you go in your daily life, because what you're going to realize when you apply this stuff after enough period of time, you're going to realize that it's actually a lot more fun. It's a lot easier to meet women in person than trying to fucking meet them online, just because, like for me, I can tell everything by looking in a person's eyes, and I can't do that electronically over the internet. I can't read their body language or their physiology unless they're there in front of me. And so I did a video a couple months ago called Improving Your Social Skills. So I highly encourage you to you can just Google Improving Your Social Skills, Corey Wayne, or just Improving Your Social Skills, and it'll come up on the first page. It's like the only YouTube video there, and it teaches you a technique how to go to the mall and improve your social skills so you lose your fear of women and just talking to total strangers. He says, it's all madness, man. Just recently, the other day, I took a girl out. This girl I spoke to on a chat room. So we went out the next day. I told her I enjoy seeing museums, so we went there. We also sat down in Pizza Express, had a meal together, and finished the day while watching the Avengers movie. And I would say you can't get to know a woman on a first date when you're sitting there fucking staring at a movie screen. That's the absolute worst thing you could do on it. You know, you can take chicks that are your girlfriend or your wife or somebody you've been in a relationship for a long time once you already know each other to movies, but you don't do that on a first date because nothing changes. You might as well be sitting at home by yourselves watching TV by yourself. You're not doing anything to help her like and want you more. You got to get women to talk. You got to ask them questions. You got to find out things about them. This communicates that you're interested in them. The whole day went fine. We are still in contact, although she is seeing someone. Why the fuck do girls do this? Hey, she was looking to upgrade possibly. And so if you're out with a chick and she says, I got a boyfriend, it's like, hey, I don't give a shit. He can keep you busy when you're not with me. That should be your standard response because it really shouldn't matter. Because at the end of the day, 97% of the men that most women are going to encounter don't have a fucking clue. And so therefore you really don't have any competition. That's all you got to do is read the book and learn this stuff and start applying it. And you'll be light years ahead of every other fucking chump that's getting nowhere with women. She's a very genuine person. She isn't messing with my head or anything, but I just asked her on text, does she think I am ugly? She says, no, I am not. She just does not find me attractive in that way. And I would say, dude, don't you ever fucking ask another woman a stupid jackass statement like that again. That just communicates, honey, I think I'm a total fucking weak bitch and you should reject me. And when a woman sees that, she's going to think, oh, this guy's got just a low fucking self-esteem. Probably there were lots of things that you said and did, and she looked at your physiology and thought that you were pathetic and weak. And then you just confirmed it to her by texting her that. You're totally seeking her approval. If you keep acting like that around women, they're all going to say, I just want to be friends with you. So he says she has a lot of guys. Her excuse was she has a lot of guys in university course where she studies, and she knows good-looking guys. She just doesn't feel the attraction. In other words, she's saying, because you acted like a little girl, I'm not interested in you. I want a man. I think I will just keep her as a friend. Well, I have arranged to take her out again once she is back from Portugal with her friends. Fuck that shit. Why? This girl only wants to be your friend, and now you're going to take her out and pay more money for a chick that only wants to be your friend? You're going to get nowhere. This is going to frustrate you and make you feel like your life's going in circles and you're not getting any better. She's on a 4-day trip as is an examination for her, so it won't happen between me and this girl. We can just limit the relationship to friendship. I feel as though I am going around in circles, and that's because you haven't done anything. In 2 weeks, you haven't read my book at all, and so you don't have any new knowledge. And so basically, you're still doing the same weak bullshit that you were doing 2 weeks ago. That's why you're going around in circles. So you told me I am not mature in dealing with women. My question to you is this: how and why am I not mature in that aspect? And I'd say, because nobody's ever taught you how to interact with women. You've watched too much TV and too many movies, and you've become emotionally anchored to dysfunctional and effeminate and feminized archetypes of how men are supposed to act that are just completely the opposite of the way it works in the real world. And therefore, that's why you need to read my book, so you can start to get the correct perspective you need to be able to start seeing women instead of being just totally confused by them. I have pushed a lot of girls away from me because of my attitude, and I am still learning how to keep myself composed and try best not to always be the person who is needy. And I'd say, try not. Either do or do not. There is no try. Master Yoda said that. I always used to think this is normal, like all guys just go after any girl, or go after any girl and every girl, but it is very damaging, and I've learned through my own experiences. In fact, the one girl I thought was the one for me is now not even in my life. That bullshit thing about the religions teach about marriage and you got to be with only one person the rest of your life. I mean, get a fucking clue. I mean, I was born and raised Catholic, and I mean the divorce rate's over 50%, and the other 50% that are get together, I'd say about 47% are just fucking miserable, but they're not miserable enough to leave. And only about 3% of the couples out there are really having a great time. And I'm not saying that it's not possible to be with the same person and be totally head over heels in love for 50, 60 years, because there's lots of couples out there that are like that. I've met and interviewed lots of them, and they're just spectacular. It's like 40, 50 years old, and they're all over each other like fucking 15-year-old kids because they have that deep connection. And it's amazing for them. But for most people, the average human being, that's just not the way their experience is in relationships. And so the key is that you got to date a lot of different women so you can get some experience and applying what I teach so you can see that it actually works. Because when you apply it, you see that it works. This builds your experience. This builds your confidence. It makes you feel more confident. And women naturally will find you more attractive because you start to lose your fear and you basically stop acting like a weak, needy douchebag around women. And you start actually acting like a man. And he's basically saying, he basically can't believe the fact that he's still a virgin. And so, like I said, you got to get out there and you got to start practicing if you want your life to change. It's like, I can only help people who are willing to help themselves. And if you want to just, keep sitting around and complaining about what is and spending your time taking out girls who have told you up front, I only want to be your friend, and wasting your money on them and becoming frustrated the fact that she's hanging out with you, but she's got a boyfriend, and you're frustrated she's not hooking up with you. It's you're going out on dates and spending money on women that you got no chance with, and you need to change your approach. But the more you continue to go out with women like that, it just reinforces the fucked up limiting belief system that you have. So if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. If you're watching this video on my website, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located in the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen and send me 1 or 2 paragraphs maximum detailing your questions, your situation, or your challenges. And you got to give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot from my paying phone coaching customers. So be patient, I will get back to you. And if you need my help right away, the quickest way to get me to help you with a situation or a challenge you're having is to book a paid phone coaching session. And you can do that by clicking the Products tab at the top of your screen and just follow the instructions. And I'll talk to you soon.